Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to swing trade on Moomoo. For those of you that don't know what Moomoo is, well, Moomoo is a stockbroker that allows people to buy and sell stocks, ETFs, and why I absolutely love them is they are a trading broker. Some traders switching from Robinhood to Moomoo may be overwhelmed by that move, and that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys today on kind of the approach that I went with it, how to set up some stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Smash that like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat. But more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. It's honest strategies that I've learned over the past 7 years. So click that link, sign up, and let's have a quick word from the broker of the video, which is Moomoo. I know a lot of you are just getting started with investing, and one app that I've been using is called Moomoo. It's super beginner friendly, but still gives you pro level tools like live market data, easy to read charts, and news all in one place. And the best part, new users can get up to 60 free stocks when you open up an account with qualifying deposit. And honestly, that's actually why I tried it. And I've been using it ever since. Check out the link down below if you guys are curious. So if you guys want to sign up with Moomoo, there's a link down below where you guys can get up to 60 free stocks just by signing up. And here's the thing, I've been using Moomoo before I made YouTube videos, before all of that. I just absolutely love them. I love the broker. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend a product that I don't use myself, which I think is very, very important here. So enough with that. Let's dive into this here and look at the stock here that we recently just took a position on, and we made near and around about $750. Looking at ERJ here, one of the first things for my approach is trends. Trends are probably one of the most underutilized things traders don't pay attention to. Everybody expects a stock on a downward trend to magically recover, and everybody thinks the stock on an upward trend is overvalued. So you guys can see here with ERJ, great upward trend. Looking at that red line, look how many times it hits it and we have good buying pressure. It's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then recently this was our position was 9. So for me, trends are very, very important here. Now with Moomoo here, how you go about drawing them, you guys can see this little trend line tool. There's a drop down arrow where it gives you a lot of information and a lot of other drawing tools. So you guys can see that you can literally just draw it out, as well as you can change the color, the thickness, if you want it thick, if you want it thin, dotted, whatever it may be. So for me, that's pretty cool. You can see that trend line there. You also can lock it so you can never accidentally, move it, which I think is pretty cool as well. Other different cool drawing tools that I use are going to be like the horizontal line. Also, the parallel lines are kind of cool because you can draw this and this, right? So you can understand like basic buy zones and sell zones, which I think is pretty cool there as well. And you guys can see, like, look how well that this stock really channels that parallel line segment. So for me, obviously you go, okay, well, you buy in the trend line. Well, you want to look at other indicators. Other indicators for me are going to be looking at like the RSI, which was trading for about a 32, right? You can see right here where it's trading for a 32. And the last time it was trading for a 32 was back in this range. And what happened? Well, very simple. We had a great move of straight buying pressure, which is really, really nice to see. So we knew we could get some sort of move going up. We also could look at volume and look at, volume spikes, which I think is important here. You guys can see that huge volume spike. Also, you can look at like the MACD, which the MACD works very, very well for crossovers and reversals. So you guys can see like that orange signal line break up through that blue signal line. So the orange signal line, break up through the MACD line, which historically represents, good entry point. So you guys can see the buy there, and then followed by a huge move right up here. So we knew we could get some sort of momentum, buying pressure, or whatever you want to call it. The last indicator I really pay attention to is going to be EMA lines or moving average lines. You guys can see it hit that blue line right several times in the past. And we've had great moves of buying pressure on it. That's called the 90-day moving average line. This is a very, very hard support for the stock. So the most stocks will have some sort of tendency of getting buying pressure on the 90 or the 200. It's not 100%, right? Because nothing in trading is, or everybody would be millionaires. But it's enough where if you have other indicators or other things in your checklist, it can really, really help you as a trader. Now, if you're wondering and you're like, Carter, well, how do I go ahead and add these indicators? Well, you can see this manage indicators. You can double click this and um it'll bring up some of the ones that you guys can add and search and all of that stuff there. So that's how you guys do that, and you can just literally just add them in. All right. Now, after that here, what I do is I go to look at some sort of lower time frame. So right now we're trading on the daily time frame. So each candle represents 1 day of trading, right? You guys can see here that this stock really was selling off and hitting that same blue line as resistance, right? So it hit it with selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. So you might be wondering, well, Carter, why on the daily does it get buying pressure and on the hourly it gets selling pressure? So buy on the daily, sell on the hourly. Well, moving average lines have those tendencies of when a stock historically is below a moving average line, it just has a harder time to break above it. You guys can even see where it had a hard time breaking above the 50-day moving average line as well as the 200. So with this approach here, you're probably wondering, what was my entry? Well, it's very simple. We went ahead and we drew out that same trend line. So you guys can see here, just this general downward trend. And we threw an alert right above that. So the second that this stock popped up and formed one candle above that was our entry point near and around that $49 mark. Obviously, some luck did play a huge factor in this because the next or 2 days after we bought it, this thing absolutely ripped up. At one point, it was as high as up 20%. Obviously, we didn't cover from there. We covered near and around like 13%, because by the time we got in and then out, we wanted to just cover profit and lock in guaranteed profit, which I think is very, very, very important. So we entered, near and around that 40, let me pull that back up. We entered near and around the $49 area, and that's like, not even the peak bottom. And we exited near and around actually like the $54 area. Keeping our stop loss just below these lower wicks gave a relatively decent risk versus reward of about 3 to 1, which is really, really good. So that's a very simple approach on how you guys can swing trade on Moomoo. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button. But more importantly, I hope you guys learned something. So we'll see you guys in there and in the school. If you guys want to sign up with Moomoo. I'll appreciate you guys. All right, follow. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.